Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? You really like that? Let's shut up and grind some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Thursday morning here inside the studio. It's a big one. It's a big one this weekend between the Georgia Bulldogs and them Crimson Tide from Alabama in the SECCG championship game. As always, if there is a Power 4 football game going on this weekend and Georgia is involved, we bring you a what to expect. Now, this week we've already gotten out way too much film study, okay? So probably feels like a lot. We got one more right here for you. We got to look at this Alabama defense. I think it's their best unit from Alabama over there, right? Offense been up and down, right? Been without a run game all year long has Alabama, apart from that one performance against Vandy. But really been unable to run the football. Passing game been very, very dependent upon on that offensive side of the football. We showed you that on Tuesday when we rewatched that first football game. They couldn't run the football game or football against you in the first time Georgia played Alabama this year. So what is their best, most complete unit? It's definitely the defensive side of the football. They're playing great ball right now. Now, this time last year, or about 14 months ago, we lambasted Kane Womack for being a strictly cover one robber man-to-man football team on third and medium. All right, and he got eviscerated by Vanderbilt. He got eviscerated moving down the line throughout the year of just bad performances. What I didn't realize and what I should have realized was he was obviously still installing his defensive brand of football, right? Still very clearly installing how they call their defenses, right? It's way easier to tell everybody, hey, you got that guy in front of you than install all of the different zone coverages that they're now playing, right? It takes a while for the whole entire defensive personnel to understand what we got going on, and I think that's where they're at right now. They're playing some of the best football on the defensive side of football that there is. Going to be without LT Overton this weekend. That's a massive loss, and you'll see why on this film study. Hey, got a couple rules around here. If you want anything about the game of football, you must subscribe. If you want anything about your favorite football team, you must subscribe. If you have any fun at all today, you must subscribe. Well, shut up and grind the tape. Alrighty. First thing you need to know about Alabama defense, okay? They are a 3-4-5 structure. And I'll tell you what I mean by that here in just a second. Let me get this mic clipped up. All right, 3-3-5 in their structure, and you'll see this from the first clip. That's their offense. We need to see their defense. We need to see their D. Nothing? Nothing. I was just trying to see if Jonathan's awake over there. I chose
to ignore.
All right, we need to take a look at their defense. That's what we're here to do today. All right, and here's what I'm talking about with that structure. 3 downs, 2 linebackers, and a hybrid float player is what I call this. Now, depending on I think they call it a rover, maybe they call it a jack, maybe they call it a money. I don't know what the hell they call theirs. We normally call this a jack, all right, in this studio. When we break down football, if you're a hybrid float player, we call you a jack, all right? But that is their structure. That is how they play. That is how they align. And boys, they got some big boys now. Now, he is out. I'll show you his replacement here in a second. That's LT Overton. But that's James Smith, okay? That's a former 5-star. That's Tim Keenan. Georgia recruited him heavily out of Birmingham, Alabama. He's been there for 4 years and been playing for 3. He's damn good. He was hurt the first time Georgia played him, okay? That's Justin Jefferson, a former top 250 player, I would imagine, at the linebacker position. Been playing there for 3 years, been starting for the first time this year. He's playing great ball as of late. That's Deontay Lawson. He's only gotten better since you guys played him, okay, in my opinion, because he's only gotten healthier. He was dealing with a knee injury. Hell, I think when he came to Athens, Jonathan, didn't he still have a big old fat knee brace on that knee? I think so. So, we have become a much healthier football team on the defensive side of the football, obviously now without LT Overton, who I think is their most consistent down-to-down football player, okay? Was very curious about this design from Auburn right here. This is quarterback run out of empty. We're blocking their 5 with our 5, or their 6 with our 6. and then just going to hope Ashton finds a crease before the safety ultimately shuts him down. It's like, hey, can we get 6 ISOs to win for 3 yards so we can run for 4? Very interesting scheme there, but I wanted to show you what they got going on. All right. In my opinion, here's how I would grade these types of players. All right, here's how I would evaluate these guys. This guy over here, who is no longer there, I thought LT was their best down-to-down football player. From a, I know what I'm going to get, I need you to do your job, go do it at a high rate, 22. All right. This is their most impactful run defender. All right, first and second down, Tim Keenan's going to be a problem. He's going to draw a lot of eyes and a lot of attention. This is their biggest havoc player. This guy creates flashes left and right. Now, he plays with freedom. They allow him to do stuff like this, okay, which is overhand swipe or swim rather, or offensive tackle on a 2nd and 6. It's typically a rundown. We're not normally allowed to play free like this, okay? He is, and he's a twitchy, explosive football player at 285, 290 pounds. Who are you on 3rd and 11, right? We talked about it last night, talked about it with Drew DeArmond again up there in Mobile. On radio this morning. If this game turns into a who can win offensively on 3rd and 11, it's going to be Alabama, okay? So you don't want to get put in these situations. Georgia is not great at these situations. They're decent. Would you say they're decent? I don't know what the stats say about them on 3rd and longs. We don't have those types of advanced stats, do we? We only got their 3rd down conversion rates, which are going to be really, really tilted because they've been in a shitload of 3rd and 2s this year because they run the ball. But on these 3rd and 11s, man, I do not want to get in these situations where they can sim pressure, right? They can disguise coverage. They can lie to us quite a bit. Like, go all the way back from the top of this snap right here. When they hard count, it feels as if they're rotating these 2 guys out, as if he is bailing over here, right? But the ball gets hard counted right here from Auburn, and what you're going to see is Alabama check into an entirely different pressure. They're actually going to send the nickel now, still going to drop Bray Hubbard out, and Alabama gets home on a pass rush right here because of a late stem, all right? Or actually, they check into a screen over here, and Keon Saab breaks it up because he added into the pressure late. What's up? Nothing. Hey, we'll take a quick minute to give a shout out to our friends over at Sleeper. What a great time to be here on this network this year, but also a great time to be with our friends over at Sleeper. Go over to Sleeper today, the #1 place for daily fantasy and prop plays. Sleeper Picks is a real money product that connects friends over picks. Choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame, live, or even across different sports. Pick more than or less than the predicted stats. It's that simple. On Sleeper, you can get up to 100x payouts, share with your friends, and get rewarded today. Use promo code Brooks, as you see on the screen, on Sleeper and get 100% deposit match up to $100. Again, that's sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Terms and conditions apply. Boys, as you know, we're about 28 minutes at the time of this ad read from the kickoff of NFL Sunday. So go ahead, run over to Sleeper right now. I'll give you permission to leave the stream actively. Go over to Sleeper, get a play in right quick, and get paid. We appreciate those folks over there at Sleeper. Again, that's promo code Brooks over there on Sleeper. Big-time sim pressure football team. Everybody really is, though, on 3rd down nowadays. Here it is again, 3rd and 10. Now I think they go cover 0. No, never mind. Oh, no, it is full 0. They go full 0 right here, Jonathan. They go full cover 0, and they drop the nose. They drop big 96 right here, okay? You talking about a tendency breaker. We talk about this all the time with offensive players, okay? With offensive coordinators, really, okay? Of like a prime example of a tendency breaker. Putting Josh McCray in at fullback again on 4th and 1, and then running it 4 times in a row with him when we show that set, and then the 5th time we give him a dive and fake the dive and pitch to the back. You see what I'm saying? That's a tendency breaker. Or, hey, we get in the red zone 7 times in a row. Or Texas had a great one of these. We go 4 games in a row throwing Ryan Wingo a tunnel screen or a flare screen or a bubble screen, and then the 6th game we throw it out there and try to throw a double pass. Okay, those are tendency breakers. This is a great defensive tendency breaker because when I see big number 96 right here, guess what we're always going to do as an offensive line? We're always going to count him. That's right, Jonathan. We're always going to count him in the protection because even if he does drop, I better make sure the one time he does, I get him picked up. Now, this drop is not to get Tim Keenan an interception. This drop is to mess up Auburn's pass protection. That's it. because we want to count him and then have him drop, or have them count him and then have him drop and then add what they don't count, which is exactly what happens, okay? And now Daniels is forced to get the ball out quickly. And the other thing is corners. I'm very curious to see what this corner over here does. The other thing is corners. We know, hey, if we're pressuring, right? If we're sending 5, we're sending 6, especially if we're sending an exotic, what do we need to know as our corner?
Ball's coming out.
Ball's coming out. Great job. Ball's coming out, right? It's 3rd and 11. We're sending pressure. We might get a free runner. I better trigger right now, which is exactly what Xavier Brown's doing at the top of the screen. It's a great job by 2, realizing, all right, what's the situation? Down distance formation personnel. What they got going on? How are they going to attack me? It's a great job by 2. I think he's playing some of the best ball of his career right now, by the way. And he's been playing damn good ball his entire career. Now look at this. I think this is really, really, really neat. All right, because they're a 3 down front, right? They're a 3 down front. Look at these real big bodies, tight and conglomerated right in there. And then here's their pass rusher, right? They want to get him a good one-on-one opportunity when they can against good, left tackles. But what I want y'all to pay attention to is this stunt right here in from the inside. Whoa, wrong play. We're on play 10. This is what I'm talking about. Watch this right here. I haven't seen this from an odd front defense in a while. Now, it doesn't get hit quite right. All right, but did y'all see London Simmons right here? Started on the left side. Now he's working to the right side of the center, okay? And watch what's going to happen. They're going to run Yanze Pierre over this way and then wrap London back over into B-gap. Do you see that? Okay, rarely do I ever see the same side stunt. You know what I mean? Like we got a shade on the center at the snap and Yanze Pierre hanging out over here. So most of the time, we're going to end up sending it probably into a 4x1 slide, right? We're going to count him 3, 4, 5, and 6. Quarterback's got to play hot off the nickel over here, or the running back's got to come over here and pick him up. That's how I would classify the protection. But if that's the case, if this is my protection, and then all of a sudden this guy jumps in here and this guy jumps in here, guard takes his eyes down, and now London Simmons wraps back around and gets a pressure. Okay? They counted it different than I would. They went full 5 out. They counted these 2 downs. I'm never counting a dude in a single digit that weighs 200 pounds or weighs 200 pounds. Sorry. We're going to kick it the other way. Catch the damn ball. See that stunt? See, these twists and stunts, man, if you just run them hard enough, if you just run them aggressive enough, eventually they'll bust through. Like Pierre gets picked up here, but 52 comes off and eventually he makes the play, the window dirty. We just got to keep running. Just got to keep playing. This is what makes these guys really, really good, I think. They're going to show 2 high right here, all the way up until the ball is snapped and then immediately trigger into 1 high. That's hard. It's hard for a quarterback, okay, because all of our answers change, especially in a full, pro-style offense like what Georgia runs. What Georgia runs, it's like, hey, if this ain't open over here, we got smash concept. The smash concept's not over. We're going to click back over the dig, and we're going to work. You know what I mean? And if we're changing pictures, if we're changing things mid-snap, it gets really, really difficult. We start holding the football. Or doing what Ashton does right here, which is just willingly throwing into a driven down window from the safety right here. Great job by Singleton making something happen after the catch. It's a tough catch in general. I mean, you're lucky, honestly. You're lucky Keon Sabb was, rolling a little bit late right there before the snap, because if they break this, 2-high shell a little bit earlier, he might be running right into that slant window. Agree or disagree, Jonathan? I think this guy being healthy changes the way this football game is played because of that right there. I mean, guys, that picture right there should be 10 yards in the SEC, in my opinion. Having seen what I've seen on film this year, the only reason it is not is because 96 is going to run through a double team and make this tackle in front side A gap, okay? Or at least close the picture as quick as humanly possible. By the way, number 11 is LT Overton's backup, from my understanding. This guy right here. That's who will play. I think, based off this, right? It's either going to be one of these two players. These two players got to play a lot more snaps this week, okay? 11 and 94. And the answer is no. They're not as good as LT Overton. LT Overton was the number one player in America in the 2023 signing class before he reclassed and became the number 26 player in America in a class that he did not belong in. He's been playing at 3 years at Alabama really, really well. Alabama fans know how good he is. I don't know if Georgia fans know. Woo! I love this trigger right here from 41. Okay, this is their backup, guys. Hey, they coach good football out there too, man. Look at how he reads counter, trigger, smack. I mean, that's as good as it gets right there, dog. That's as good as it gets from a linebacker fill standpoint, okay? Now, this is what really, really impressed me, okay? This is why he's gone from in my doghouse to I might deliver him flowers this winter for Christmas. It's 3rd and 4. We're about to see a 3rd and 4. Then we're going to see a 4th and 3. And Kane Womack's going to play disguise zone coverage on both snaps. And you know what's going to happen to their defense, Jonathan? They're going to get off the field. Guys, this was the same football team. Like Alabama was 13 of 19 on 3rd down when they came here last time, right? Mm-hmm. Wasn't that what it was? Yeah. And that's historic. And everybody points to that and it says, golly, Georgia was awful on 3rd down. Guys, this Alabama football team gave up 12 of 19 3rd downs to Vandy last year on situations like this. They're a different football team. They're a better football team. They're a well-coached football team. They're a well-executing football team. They get off the field. Watch how fast they trap these zones right here, okay? I think we work to the top of our screen right here. Immediately, drop into my hook curl zone. We get stick working from number 3. Jump on it, right? He's trying to run that little stick route. Jump on it. We got a hook curl defender over here. He's trying to run to the flats. Stick on it. We got a corner pushing vertical over there. He's going to get sticky on that as well. They have become such a better football team in these situations, in my opinion, because they've removed the hard-headedness of playing man-to-man. They're a really, really good zone football coverage team. Look at this zone drop from Justin Jefferson. He's played a ton of football, guys. He's played a ton of football, understands concepts. Boom, expands, gets to the tight, gets hands on him, and then dislodges the football as it arrives. I mean, is there PI there? You can bitch and moan for it. I ain't going to sit there and complain about that. That's good football, all right? So that's 3rd and 4, and now they got a 4th and 4. And guess what? They just showed them cover 3. Now they're going to show them too high and play Tampa. And they're going to get off the field. That's what they're going to do. They're going to get off the field. Okay? And you know why else? It's so obvious that you should be playing zone. Okay? In my opinion. This guy's super instinctual. Okay? He's also a great tackler. I would never want that guy running away from plays because he's in bump and run man-to-man coverage. Ever. I want him setting edges, holding them firm, playing in the flats, or playing in the thirds where he can click, drive, get downhill. That's what I want. This guy over here, dude, this guy over here is 6'5", 205 pounds. Do I ever want that guy bumping and running with a guy like Squirrel White? Hell no. Hell no. I want him doing this right here. He's going to drive down into the hook curl area over here and dislodge a football, guys. He's so big. He's so long. I don't ever want him playing man-to-man. Look at that. That's a lot of ground being covered by a true freshman corner and dislodging a football on 4th and 4. But Jonathan, you can see why this would take a long time, right? It's way easier when I first get on campus to say, all right, hey, cover 1, robber. That's what we're going to do, okay? Because guys don't know the intricacies of our defense yet, right? They don't know how, oh, hey, we'll give this call. This means we line up in cover 3, but really we're going to play Tampa. Hey, this means we line up in too high, but really if they give us this, we're going to roll to 3, right? Hey, we're really going to trap the flats. This time we're going to play cover 7. Okay, that right there takes a year or so, okay? And that's exactly what's happened to this Alabama defense. They've gotten so much better, okay? Now, here's my question. Because, hey, this guy is back, okay? He is quote-unquote healthy. He's healthy enough to play. I don't think he's himself, okay? And I think that's fair. I don't think he's quite himself from what I saw last year off of number 4's tape. But, and this is why I say this, hey, can we get this matchup right here? Can we get this matchup between whoever's playing the jack from them and Zachariah Branch. Can we manufacture that somehow? Do you see how we got into it? We're in empty, okay, trips to the field, trips bunched to the field. Tight end, wide receiver, running back, Cam Coleman, the X over here. And do you see how they shell it? They go one high over here. They're basically going to play cover 3 behind it, basically, okay? And that puts this player into hook curl or quote-unquote flat responsibilities, okay? So if I get him in flat responsibilities versus a wide receiver, I like that. You know what I mean? I like that. So I put this on the tape as like, hey, I'd be designing this one as an offensive coordinator because I don't think 4 is ready to, like, he makes that tackle, okay? But the 4 I know, okay, the Clay Rousseau I studied out of high school, the Clay Rousseau I studied when he was fully healthy as a freshman, ain't no way he's getting driven for 5 yards by Jeremiah Alexander or Jeremiah Cobb. It's not what that is. It's not what that player is, all right? Also see some, like, foot hanging in the air instead of clicking and driving, all right? Instead of right now, foot's back in the damn ground, I'm twitched up and running. There's a lot of foot dangling, if you will. You can kind of see this a little bit. See how that right foot kind of sticks in the ground, Jonathan? Watch how that right foot gets caught several times right there. See how it just sticks on him? This is an uber twitchy human. He normally doesn't look like that, okay? He's not quite himself just yet. He will be. He will be again. Here's another clip of it. He's not quite himself, but this dude's playing really, really great football, okay? I think in a couple of months from now, this play looks totally different even than it already does. I think he makes this play in a couple of months. He's got really, really good football instincts. Jonathan, watch him squeeze so hard that he runs by the kick player. You see that? That guard's supposed to hit his ass. He squeezed so hard that he can't. So now guess what Quay's going to do? Quay's going to stick his face mask into the face of the pull or the wrapper. All right, so now we've been too tight for the kicker to kick us, and we've taken away the wrapper. So we're going to blow this play up. Now, I'm not going to blow this play up, but Deontay Lawson is because his man is unable to get up to him. Okay, do we all understand that? Now, this is another thing, okay, and this is the last thing we'll look at today. In year 2, there are players that become far more comfortable, and therefore they start making adjustments on the fly, like this right here, okay? This is a winner that they had on Tuesday, I would imagine, when they put the game plan together. Okay, we got the X out here, all right, and this nickel defender, okay, when the ball is snapped, because this is Cam Coleman, he is going to draw all of his attention to Cam Coleman getting back up underneath him, okay? We're bracketing Cam now, right? We see that? We got an underneath defender under Cam, and we got Xavier Brown playing over the top. That is what we on this network call bracket coverage. Most people call that man or double teaming, whatever you want to call it, that's fine. We're double teaming the X wide receiver over here. Now, what that causes, as this nickel is hard bailing into the flat, is a tremendous void over here off tackle, okay? And watch what Auburn does. They run right into it, okay? They get LT Overton sealed, and boom, now we got a 12-yard run right into that void of what happened with the nickel. So what does Auburn do is we get a look at the tight right here. LT Overton gets reached. Unfortunate, tries to play inside eyes. That's all right. Jeremiah Cobb, boom, physical finish to the run. We get right back on the ball, does Auburn, and what do? They line up in the same set, right? They line up in the same exact set. Now, instead of Cam Coleman, though, this is on Auburn, instead of Cam Coleman, that's number 4 over there. They probably don't feel compelled to hard bail and bracket that guy, do they? So now what do? He readjusts his assignments. The last play, I had to hard bail underneath the single receiver. This time, I'm going to linger in the flat, show up, and add my hat and turn it back in, okay? The quarterbacks kept the football, but I put that on there to show you that it's a really smart bunch, right? They're really good. They got really good, talented football players, but they get coached hard too. They get coached up smart too. Hey, Kane Wyman, I know you're not watching, but your fan base is, okay? He's the guy. He's the guy. He has changed and done the things that we have asked him to do on this network from a schematical standpoint, which is line up, play ball. You're at Alabama. You're going to get off the field. That's exactly what they've done over the last 7 or 8 weeks. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Love you. Bye.